Hello Frill, and hello everybody else, and welcome to the stream. I need a audio visual check. Is it too loud, too soft? Do I need to adjust before I start doing anything else? You're still setting up, Frill. What are you setting up? Getting yourself a nice cold brewski, maybe? Putting your feet up on your nice leather chair with your 48-inch tablet or whatever. Could you imagine a 48-inch tablet? I'm going to need to do some adjustments on the fly reference to SimDash. I'm going to play Euro Truck and a bit of Farming Simulator and maybe a bit of Car Mechanic Simulator. It depends on my energy levels and everything else. But before I start, it's going to be an audio visual check. It looks a bit loud in there. I might turn that down a bit more. Or put my mic a bit further away, sorry. That's that turned down as well. If I turn it down a bit more, that might restrict it. That's a bit better. That's a lot better. I still got to set up my audio mixer a bit better than this. Thing is, I don't want it being too quiet. I don't want it being too loud. You want it a bit further up? A bit too quiet? How about that? Sounds good to chill, yeah. Okay. Right, cool. Because I've got an error message as well saying that the audio stream isn't as low bitrate, but I'm going to ignore that. I think that's the message that came up with last time. Right, let me just set a few things up. That's on. That is on. Oh, and Steam decides it wants to update now, does it? I hate you, Steam. I hate YouTube as well, actually. It's just such a ball ache. Pardon my French, but it is a ball ache to set up a stream now. It used to be really easy with XSplit, but I don't know what's gone on between YouTube and XSplit, but it's now, I've kind of figured it out, but it's a bit of a faff. I don't know whether to start YouTube up first or start XSplit up first and then do it via YouTube. I've kind of got bits and pieces worked out, but it is a real faff. It's a real faff. Like a marriage. Well, are you married then, Phil? You got kids? I think you told me this once before. You will have to forgive me because my memory is like a sieve. Stuff kind of jiggles around in there and knocks against stuff. Well, I'd say not such a sieve, more of a colander. No, colander's not. That's not bad. That's also a bad one. Bit like a cement mixer. Things get mixed around in there so much. That's the best analogy. Cement mixer. So much stuff is rolling around in my head. I forget other bits and pieces really quickly. Nothing, not being rude. I'm not saying you're forgetful and all that. Right, let just do. Oh no, wrong buttons. Do. No, wrong buttons. That's the one I want. That one. So I can do that. And you're going to get a black screen. Sorry. That should resolve itself. Oh, and I still need to go. Let's taste more speed. I don't want a mistake of last time. That's what I don't want. It coming through my webcam. So that was a terrible stream. I don't make the same mistake if I don't have to. I think it is. I'm just going to triple check. I'm pretty sure it's alright, but just to be on the safe side. Oh, that's weird. Bear a second. There's more stuff going on. Me and the stewardess are having a bit of a filling behind the scenes. Don't worry about us. Nothing to see here, people. Nothing to see here. At least I've still got some sense of humour left. Anyway, hardware and sound, devices, sound. I get told so many. I've been told so many times now I've got good voice. That's one thing I got going for me. That's the one thing I'm going to hold on to. I won't hold on to anything else, but I'll hold on to the fact that I've got a good voice. Yeah, can I just see that? No, you say it's good. I believe you. It's not I don't believe you. It's just some people's ears are different to mine and yours. Oh, you got a lad that's 16. Toffee dessert. Yeah, face for a radio, mate. Yeah, face fit for a radio. Yeah, that's definitely right. Good voice, really. I've seen buses look better than me. Right, anyway. I've got a few things about if I do manage to do a bit of car mechanic. I'll warn people anyway. Car mechanic went a bit wrong, as well as this. And that's why last week was a bit of a blunderbuss, to be fair, because I recorded probably at least 4 or 5 videos to go through the whole week. I was just like on a let's do some recording sort of like stuff. Got to the last video, done everything, went to edit. Why can't I hear myself? Oh no, I forgot to turn the mic on. I was so angry with myself. I was like, it's not the first time I've made that mistake either. Anyway, where was we? Again, cement mixer brain, that's what it is. Cement mixer brain. That's the best analogy I could think of right now. Right, I'm still in Scania. I've got a few new tricks though. Interior's changed. It's a bit more swanky interior now, and the wheel moves. This is nothing new for some people. This is just a mod that works just for Scanias. There was an interior improvement mod that used to work on all trucks, but this one isn't too bad. I'm going to do a mod view on it, or a review on it at some point. Well, this was one of the videos I did actually recorded for this. But again, no mic, no sound. But I'm going to show you something really good. Not just the wheel moving. If I position it just right, I've got to try and remember to look in the other camera as well. Not just, where are you? Over there. There. Now if I can get a... There we go, that's a better angle, isn't it? That's a better angle for the dangle. Watch what happens, peeps. That's something you don't see on Euro Truck Simulator 2 every day. Yeah, I'm good. Living a dream, so to speak. Dad's alright. Yep, he's good. Still driving me mad, but he's good. Right, where to now? Let's find a job, I guess. That's where to now. Job market. Jeremy's good as well. He's been chasing my old man around the garden for a while. I fed him the other day as well myself. I came down early and saw him and fed him. I gave him a little stroke on his head. Love that tortoise to bits. I need... What do I need? Cargo market, that's what I need. Let's see what we can grab. Actually, what is the time in game? Do I need to... Oh yeah, I might need to... What I'll do is go and find a place to rest first. And then we'll find a new job in the morning, because I don't want to be driving through the night. World map, please. I could sort of like use the developer tools, but I forget the command script to do that. I think it's GS forward time, but I don't know what it is for sure, so I will not do it. World map. I was so annoyed about those videos. I'd done quite a few. Done 2 episodes of the rebuild for the McLaren. Done an episode American Truck, episode of Euro Truck was the mod review. I guess I'm not going to buy the garage because I don't need another garage. I'm just going to head towards that dealership or workshop, or whatever it is. Reset track IR, it's been derpy. I'll turn some lights on as well and shut that. Where do we get out? Oh yes, over here I think. Yeah, the interior in this is quite nice. There's a few extra little things he's done with this interior as well. Reference to the dashboard. But again, I'll go into that in my, well, the instrument cluster. I'll go into that as mod review once I get around to doing it again. Did you? Oh, you did see the new intro. What did you think of my live stream intro, Frill? That's courtesy of Sinky. He made that. Well, yeah, he pretty much made that bit of the background part of it, and I just edited it. I learnt a new thing about editing as well. If someone told me that YouTube trying to do YouTube, you would inadvertently end up doing media studies, I'd have laughed in their face. But you do. You have to learn how to use editor. Okay, I don't have a degree in media studies, but in theory, they do a lot of stuff that way. In real life, someone's go, oh, so you got a degree in media studies. Let's have a look at your degree. That's written on the back of a cereal box, mate. It says YouTube on it. That's just no good. That's no degree at all. You're lying through your teeth. I've got real world experience of editing. It's here in dealership. In the MAN dealership. Some people say man, some people say MAN. I agree to both. Now, I'm gonna have to be a bit cheeky. I'm gonna have to be a bit cheeky, peeps. Actually, I could park it over there. I hope they don't mind that I park this outside their workshop for the night. Well, not the truck, but the trailer. It's like, oi mate, what are you doing? Why you left that out there? My workshop. Yeah. I'm the workshop foreman. Can't leave that there. Can't park that there, sir. Isn't that what they say? Can't park that there, sir. I think that's getting a bit out of hand because I can see the comedy part of it and that people, you know, don't get me wrong. I can see why people are doing that to people or taking pictures of that and then putting that expression in. But at the same token, someone could potentially be injured. There's like people, they're taking pictures of cars turned upside down, or crashed into the back of the rear end of a truck, or, you know, on fire and stuff like that. And I'm thinking, okay, yeah, that's not funny anymore. There's a point that you should think, right, let's help that person out rather than take a picture of that person in distress. There's a limit to when it's funny and when it isn't. If it's a copper, then yeah, again, half and half. As long as they're alright and they're walking around it and they're just literally in their heads, then it's funny. But if there's someone that's still trapped in it and they're in a lot of, you know, distress or whatever, then again, although I'm not a fan of the police, the band The Police, yes, but not a fan of the police as a thing. Oh, lights are still on. Let's put up. Yeah, stop warning me. Turn them off. Thank you. Yeah. Fully yeah. Honours plus honours. With distinction in the University of YouTube. It's written on the back of a cereal box. And anyone in a real establishment will just laugh at and go, yeah, that's not a real degree, mate. Sorry, but you've just lied to me and wasted my time. YouTube, yeah, Twitch is the thing now, don't you know that? Twitch is where it's at. It's where all the big uns go. It's where the money is. It's where all the money is, mate. Don't you know anything, mate? You're a bit special, aren't you? Yes, before you ask, I live with lots of demons in my head. That was close, mate. Where you get your HTV licence from? Back of a cereal box? Yep. Yeah. Biting a grab. Grabbing a... I could never understand that expression, grabbing a bite. How do you grab a bite? That's almost like saying, I'm going to put my hand in this person's mouth and let them bite me. Because I need to grab a bite. Or is it an Apple thing? Hey, I bought this Apple Mac the other day and I'm bringing it back because it's got a bite out of it. Come on, hook up, that's it. Problem is, with an empty trailer, you just slide it along and end up wrecking the skids. All the stabilisers. Gonna need the lights on again because it's before 7 in the morning in game time. How was your Jubilee weekend? I forgot to ask in my rudeness, Miss Phil. How was your Jubilee weekend? Sleep paralysis. Yeah, something. I don't get a lot of sleep these days. To be fair, you're probably not far off the mark. That's probably why I do wake up angry and fighting a lot. Some sort of demons. Imagine Demons? Yeah, that's a good band. I like Imagine Demons. It's one of my favourite bands. Well, not favourite bands, but they're good bands. Right, let's find a job. I'm rattling on like an old... Yeah. Cargo market, please. She just got your son. You just got your son. You haven't got a daughter or anything. Because if it's too late now, I'm too old. But if I ever did want kids, I've probably said this once before as well. I'd want girls. Not people ask me why, but I don't know. In the back of my mind, I know it's strange. Here we go, back into the cement mixer of my brain. But it just seems wrong to hug a boy, even though it's your own boy. And it's socially, it's like, well, Dad's supposed to hug his boy. It's just like in the back of my head. I know it's probably different once you've had a kid because you can have that bond. But somewhere in the back of my head, it just feels wrong because I've held like little ones. I had my Princess Evil, aka my sister's little ones when they were young, and I had a little bit of a bond, but it still felt wrong in the back of my head. If it was a little girl, now that I don't mind, because then you could just sit there and go, oh yeah, and you can sort of let your kind of feminine side out, if you get what I mean. But when you're hugging a boy, it just feels a bit weird. In my head, anyway. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, ultimately. It just feels a bit weird to me. Before everyone starts jumping my throat and saying, oh, what's this all about? Even if you're the best mates, it's like, even, you know, there's always something in the back of your mind thinking it feels a bit odd. I might go for that one, or do I go for something a bit shorter? See what else we've got shorter. I've just done a digger. That's a stupidly short run. I don't really want to go. I want to try and get up here if I can, but that's like looks like a mission to get up that way. There's a problem with jobs. They don't want to go the way I want them to go. Far and few between. I might have to head that way. How much is that? That's a relatively short run. We go for that one, and it's a big digger. Why not?
Drive safe.
Drive safe. Bite the grip. Bite the grip. Yeah, I'm just gonna stick my hand in this person's mouth and let them bite me, because then I'm biting the grip. Or grabbing a bite. Grabbing a bite. Bite the grip. Poor old Frill sitting there thinking, what drugs are Kev on? Yeah, what drugs is Kev on? And where can I get some? That's probably what he's thinking.
And then turn left.
My warped sense of humour. That I get that from my mum. I think actually I know that's where I got that from, was my mum. I remember I'll go into a time when I have a conversation with the person I was a bank manager of my local bank at the time. It's now gone, which is a shame, but she worked in a bank and she worked with my mum when she was a nurse. And I'll never forget this. She said to me, your mum was always such a laugh, because what she'd do when in the quiet times, what she would do is she'd pretend to be a ghost, and she'd run around sort of like scaring the other nurses. And I said, yeah, that sounds just like my mum. That's my mum to a T.
Straight.
That was my mum. She was the ray of sunshine. Dad's was the clouds. My mum was the ray of sunshine. Oh, handbrake's still on. I think I'd learn to take the handbrake on. Off.
Get ready to turn right. Turn right.
Coming in hard. So if you, again, I forget, I probably will ask you again. If you,
We're here. Right on time.
Did you go to any street parties over the Jubilee weekend? Again, I'm going to be honest, because this might not sit well with people, and it might not sit with you, Frill. I'm not a big royalist. I can go into reasons why I'm not a big royalist, but I get a horrible feeling I'm going to get a big backlash if I do. Each their own. I can understand why people love them, but this is me, and I'm digging a hole. I've got the spade. I'm digging that hole. But the thing I don't like about the fact is, and this is the thing I've talked about, I think I have talked about this in sort of like videos in the past. I see them as a burden. They've got so much money they can look after themselves. For maybe for 100, well, I say probably 50 lifetimes over, they could look after themselves. But no. We have to pay for their security We have to pay for the army and stuff that looks after them and stuff. Okay, she pays tax to a point, but I think she only did that, what was it, a few years back as a thing, because a lot of people are in an uproar that she doesn't pay tax. I really, again, this is going to probably get me in trouble with both YouTube and a lot of people that like the royals. And well, it is what it is, I guess. But I don't like Charles, and I think a lot of other people don't like Charles either. And I think she, as a person, although I don't know her as a person, she's probably been trying to outlive him. That's why she's been going on for so long. But again, it's a thing, was it, with that Litland, I forget his name, because I don't follow him so well. Oh, I've done that wrong, I'm an idiot. Right, Kev. That HDV license? Yes, back up cereal box, mate. Oh, cracker, Christmas cracker gift. If I get in a truck, I probably find it a lot easier. Get rid of that. That's better. That's a lot better. It's all about the angle for the dangle, baby. Lights are on, I know. You're not hug. Yes, I can understand that. I can actually understand that, weirdly enough. I love hugs, actually, believe it or not, but when I was a bit younger...
What are we waiting for?
Wrong, you slid in reverse. I was the same. I was never a big hug person. And to be fair, as much as I love my mum, she'd give you a hug when you needed one, don't get me wrong, but she wasn't like every day, here's a hug sort of person. Don't know why I did that. Because I was setting the brake and I'm setting the brake. It is what it is. Thing is, my mum, she was old school London, so... I'm better, because this is an excavator, bring that lift axle down. Just put my head through the window. But don't get me wrong, my mum looked after us and she made sure we never needed for anything.
Keep right.
She had her faults, but
Turn right.
I think every mum has their faults. Every dad has their faults as well. I've noticed a correlation as well. You know, again, going back into the cement mixer of my brain. There's a correlation between dads. Typically, the girls in the family are closer to their dads than they are their mums. They can be close to their mums, don't get me wrong, and it can work the other way as well. But typically, on average, it's typically the girls are closer to their dads than their mums. And then the boys are more closer to their mums than their dads, I think.
Keep left, and then turn left.
Just go and buy a study. Oh, it's a BMW tanker. Oh, they're carrying, must be carrying
Turn left.
something for BMW. It looks like BMW logo anyway. I can't see. Oh, it was green. It's good.
Keep right, and then turn right.
I wonder what they're taking to the Bavarian Motorworks. The sign, that logo needs a bit of
Turn
adjustment. Again, that's a mod. Real company's mod. Take her out of gear. Won't burn out the gearbox. Yeah, going back to the Queen, I think they're a burden. If you ask me, I'd rather go back into NHS, fire service, and even, God forbid, the police service. Much as I don't like the police, they've got a job to do at the end of the day. Even parking wardens have a job to do, and as much as people don't like them, if they weren't there, there'd be 1, anarchy, 2, people's parking wherever they please, and then people would be going, well, I can't get anywhere because all these people have just decided to park in the middle of the road. Crime would be through the roof. People would just go, well, I like that guy's car. Well, that still happens, but there would be no punishment. Well, no retribution, I should say. I think that's the right word. Retribution. Oh, I knew I was going to get done for that. I forgot to turn the lights on, didn't I?
Keep right.
There'd be no justice. Justice, justice is probably the better phrase, I think. Retribution sounds a bit... squeal like a pig sort of situation, that does.
Keep left.
Retribution. Yeah, get retribution. Yes. Got a scar to sell you. Got a bone to pick with you. You keep on biting a grab when you're supposed to be grabbing a bite. Yeah, retribution is definitely the wrong phrase. I don't know what's wrong in my head these days. It's a cement mixer, that's what's wrong with it. I think that's what it is.
Keep right.
Blatant cement mixer.
Exit right.
As it's good for, good days.
Exit right.
Maybe I should just empty the cement mixer. Maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe I've got too much stuff rolling around in my cement mixer. Maybe it's full of cement. An aggregate. Maybe it's just gone hard and the thing's just jumping around all over the... That could be misconstrued. I said that and that came out before thinking. YouTube demonetization, here I come. Well, I didn't get monetization anyway, but this video's definitely not friendly for kids. I never said it was. But you claim you're family friendly. I am, to a point. Because going back again, reference, go back on a lot of people argue reference to the Queen. They argue that if we didn't have the Queen, we'd get no tourism. We still would. It's not compulsory to demolish like Buckingham Palace, because I think as a taxpayer we own that. I'm not entirely sure how that works. I think we do. I think it's a public house. Yeah, I'm sure it is. We own that. It's just she claims she lives in it from time to time. She doesn't. She lives up in Balmoral 90% of the time. So we could just get people walking round, turn it into a big National Trust place. I know they do tours round it, but it's very limited on what they do. It's like you walk in the front door and it like, look at these lovely, lovely silk robes. That's all you get to see for the day, peeps. That's 80 quid, thank you very much. Or however much it is to go and walking around it. And it's like, well, all I've done is seen a chandelier, a couple of really nice paintings, and some really nice rope. That's all I've seen. I'll read your comments in a minute. I'm busy driving and I don't like to look at this. Well, I've tried to, but you can listen to my ranting on anyway. Mind you say that National Trust buildings are a lot like that, aren't they? It's like, some of it's interesting to a point. But then when you really want to get to the real juicy, saucy bits of the building, it's like, yeah, I want to go down there. Oh, yeah, no, there's a rope in the way. Yeah, can't go down there, sir. Can't park there, sir. Closed off. Can't have you down there. What did I see the other day? It was briefly, I saw something, it flashed up. There's an image of someone smearing something on the Mona Lisa. And I was like, is this legit? Did that actually happen? Going off the subject of the Queen, because I think we've gone round and round and round the loop on the Queen. That's now stuck in my head like the rest of everything else stuck in my head, and cement makes it brain. Looked like it smeared, I think it was like, looked like paint. Also the Derby. Now the Epsom Derby, okay. Again, this is going to upset some people, but this is my mind, my channel, my views. I can understand why people enjoy watching horse racing. Don't get me wrong. People like to bet on horse racing. Like people like to bet on boxing. It's just not for me. I think it's cruel. I don't believe horses were really designed. Well, not just. I just like to see horses running free. I don't like seeing horses like being treated like that. If they're running free in a field, I'm happy. If they decide to come up and get stroked, I'm happy. Like a New Forest, they just decide to. When I was at New Forest that time, I was in a pub drinking a cider.
Go straight.
I was drinking a cider and the horse leant in over my shoulder and then started drinking my cider. And I was like, wow, okay fella. Just gave him a pat on the just let him drink my drink. Okay. But again, he's a wild horse, that's what they do. Okay, it's probably become slightly tame because obviously he realises where there's humans, there's food, but at least it's been his choice. He hasn't been corralled or someone's trying to put a saddle on their back and okay, they do take care of the horses to a point, but I still think it's cruel. Because, you know, as soon as they get injured, it's like, well, that's it. The horse is lame now. Just get the gun out, shoot in the head, and that's it. Rather than actually think, right, okay, that's actually... I know a lot, sometimes they do, but it does happen as well. They just... Rather than say, right, okay, that horse can no longer run, but it could still become potentially a good stud horse or something like this, or put it out to pasture and have a good life somewhere on, like, wherever. I know they can't let it go free because obviously it's got used to being in the stables and all that good stuff, but I just, again, I can understand why the animal rights people sort of like got involved with the whole thing. Bit like fox hunting, that again. I think that's a bit of a barbaric. Boxing. Again, I can understand why people watch boxing, but I just think it's a bit barbaric. If I want to watch two blokes beating the nuts out of each other, then I'll just sit in a pub and on a Friday night and, you know, wait until there's only one woman hanging around for them to sort of like prove themselves. Our customer expects it soon, yes. I am aware of that. Speedy. Yeah, I can see that one over there. Thrills to sitting there thinking, wow, what goes on in that Kev's head? A lot. Cement mixer, told you. It's good therapy. That's what it is. YouTube is good therapy to a point. You can let stuff out and just empty the cement mixer. It's actually, it's like Kev, okay, he likes animals.
Go straight.
He wants to go round and just set them all free. I'd set Sherman free. Well, Sherman is free in a sense. He's never caged. He's free to do what he likes, as long as it's in the confines of the garden. Because obviously we don't want to lose him. He's you know, he's part of the family. If we were, if
Keep right.
well done, mate.
Then exit right.
Oops. I'm gonna have to do the same,
Right.
mate. Cut you up. Coming in hot.
Turn left.
Yeah, Sherman never boxed him up. I may have discussed this at some point, but there's a few, this was happened a while back now. It's probably plus 10, 15, maybe. I think I was still working for Sainsbury's when this happened. So yeah, it must have been plus 20 years ago. Might have been 15 years ago. But Sherman got out we had a hole in the bottom fence and he actually got out. Now the neighbour at the bottom of the fence actually caught him and then put him into a rabbit run. Now the problem is, Shermie has never been in a box. He's never been in a rabbit run. We put a box round him through the winter just to protect him and keep all the hay and stuff in. But he can actually, it's not a closed box, it's an open box. He can get out one end of it. He can always get out when he wants to. And it's just to keep the straw and anything else from attacking him. This is going to be difficult to get out. But because he got put into this rabbit run, he didn't like that. He didn't like that at all. And he actually chipped his shell because of that. Because he was trying to escape. He chipped the back end of his shell trying to back up into the rabbit run, trying to ram it, whatever. Oh no. Time to do some sketchy. Doo-da, doo-da. Hope I get away with it. Doo-da-doo-da-day. We're almost at our destination, peeps. But yeah, and this guy, he put it in this rabbit run, and my mum, she went through the roof. Thankfully a mate of mine that lived one house over told me that's where it was, because he spotted it over the fence and he said, yeah, I know who's got Sherman, he's in that rabbit run over there. And I told my mum and she went ballistic, absolutely ballistic. And she just basically, she stormed round that person's house and she's just knocked on the door and says, I'm grabbing my tortoise. And then she just walked through the gate to grab his tortoise. And this bloke's going, excuse me, you can't do that. And my mum was like, yes I can, you've got my tortoise. And she just goes on, throws the rabbit run out off of Sherman, grabs Sherman, and it just basically takes him back.
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
That's another thing I get from my mum as well, is my temper. I've got my dad's patience, but I've got my mum's temper. So when I do go bang, which is very, very rare these days, but it does happen, but it takes a lot for me to get to that point.
Exit now.
I'll actually go into another story as well. I may have covered this in a video at some point, but me and my brother, this wasn't that long ago actually. Red light. Me and my brother, we went drinking, and I was getting hungry by the end of the night, and so we decided to go for a Burger King. Now the only Burger King, this is in Crawley, the only we was in Crawley at the time, the only Burger King that was nearby was in the main mall. Now we walked up to the main mall and the door is wide open, so it's just like, okay, so the door's wide open, so there must still be open, right? Although it said closed on the signs, we didn't even really look at the signs that much, we looked at opening times. We just assumed, okay then, food court must still be open for takeaways and stuff. So we walked up there and we stood behind what looked like a load of Uber.
Left.
Well, they were Uber.
Left.
What? Yeah, Uber Eats and delivery drivers for whatever companies.
Turn left.
And with that, they just said that. And I went to place my order, and it's just like, yeah, we're closed. We're only doing deliveries now, mate. And I was just so angry. I think a lot again. I think I was at the end of my rope, so to speak. I normally, stuff like that would just bounce off and I just walked out, fine, it is what it is, fine, what it is what it is. But I got so angry because it was a combination of stuff that just happened, and it was just like, I actually punched a sign. I didn't break it, luckily enough, but it moved, that sign, and you could hear the bang throughout the whole of the shopping mall. Going a bit too quick. And it's like one of the, I don't know who said oi, but one of them said oi.
Get ready to turn right.
And I was like, I've got to get out of there because otherwise I stop. I'm just gonna unload a load of anger and load of hate at the wrong people. Because at the end of the day, they're just sitting there, they're trying to learn and live in. And my brother turned and said to me, I've never seen that in you. Never. And he said, you've got a good right hook. But it doesn't happen often. The problem is, I bite my lip. I think that's another thing. I bite my lip a lot. I bite my lip and bite my lip and I bite my lip and I put things into the cement mixer and I put things into a little bottle. And I just keep putting it in there, putting it in there, and putting it in there. And I let people do stuff. And I normally just let it go. A good example is it me, myself and Irene. That's probably a good example of that. Actually, thinking about it. And then bang, I just crack. And I become a completely different person.
This is where it ends.
Where do I need to park this? Over there. Poor old Phil's learning a lot. A lot of you guys are learning a lot about me as well. This guy's a nutter, they're probably thinking. Punches Burger King signs, almost has fights with Burger King employees. What have we got ourselves into? There's not many people you like. That's good to know. As long as you like me, that's the main thing. As long as you like, obviously like your son. I'm not going to say you don't like your son. You need your missus, obviously. Otherwise you just wouldn't be with him. You probably, thinking about it, you're probably a bit like me. It's not that you're not a people person, you're just not a stupid people person, in a sense. You have a tolerance, and you probably think, okay, and then once you sort of like click with someone, then you click with someone, but it's the clicking with someone that's the difficult aspect. I can understand that. I can understand that a lot, to be fair. Right, do I do another run or do I play a bit of... I'll play a bit of Farming Simulator. I haven't played that for a while. Actually, I play... don't know what I'm going to play. Not that one. Need to get rid of that. That needs to come off. I'll talk to you behind the scenes. You're just going to have to put up with my stream starting soon picture. There's another one that's Inky made as well, which is... No, hang on. Again, I'm taking a wild stab in a dark and how Phil housing is. Could just be that alien picture. That could be you. Yeah. Yeah, let's do a bit of farming simulator. I haven't played that for a while. I might have to do some updates on it though. It's a bit of a ball ache, but or do I play a bit? Actually, what do you prefer, Frill? Farming Simulator as or you're one of two people in the chat room. I imagine that could be myself watching. What would people like to play next? Shall I play a bit of Farming Simulator or a bit of Car Mechanic? Could play a bit of American Truck, but we've just done a Euro Truck, so. If not, I'll flip a coin. Tell you what, also, while I'm waiting for an answer, I got bit as well twice, and they by Mozzie, and they really do sting. Again, I've got the wrong screen. That's the one I need. It's got the blank screen. That's the one we need. Ugh, excuse me. That's very professional. Burp into the mic, Kev. I'm going to make a decision in a sec. Let's see if Farming Simulator rule is going to be a bit too much. If it becomes too much of a issue, then I'll play a bit Car Mechanic. I haven't played on this for ages. Make sure there's no updates. Sorry, you don't see what's going on. I'm just... Okay. But it... Bear a set, peeps. I'm just got... Yeah, this is a problem because I haven't been on here for ages. Still should have came on here earlier. I made sure all my mods are up to date. Shouldn't take me too long. There's only like 4 mods. Because although you don't really need to do it anymore, if you don't, things get unstable in game. So I'll just have to restart the game quickly as well. Again, you have to just forgive me. It's like, you're so professional. Not. Is this amateur hour? Did you do this earlier, numpty? Why didn't you do this earlier, numpty? Come on. Come on, old girl. It's gone dark again. Sorry, peeps. I know. That should resolve that. Right, career. This is where it crashes. And I'll have to play car mechanic. So did you go to any street parties in Frill? I did ask this, but I'll have to... Twitch PhD, I'm looking through the comments now. Did you go to street parties, or again you're saying you're not a people person? As it's going to look like it's going to take an eternity to load. Hey! I can understand we're not going to... Well... It's weird, isn't it? Because you don't... Well, typically this is me, but you don't really have overly long conversations with you. Oh, here we go. Lag. The lag is real. Of course. Let it catch up with itself. The lag is real. This is down to this game. It's very intensive. Come on. Wake up, PC. You're getting there. Come on. That's it. But again, go back to the whole... I can see where people do it. It's just, you know, a little bit of fun. But you don't really spend times... You might spend time maybe nattering over the fence to your immediate neighbour. But you don't know who the person is 4 houses down. Or even those people live in flats. They don't know who lives above them or who lives below them. They might meet them on the stairs or in the elevator or lift, as we call them over here. In a lift. And he goes like, morning mate. Yeah, I know, you're number 42 or whatever. God, it's been so long I forgot what the buttons are. Oh, the lag is real. The lag is real. I think it's also become very, really unstable. It's only every time there's an update, it gets like this. And then, once I come back and play it a bit more, it's fine. It's when I've logged into it for a long time, it just doesn't like it. Now, you're going to let me... of course, that's not going to work, is it? Not going to let me detach PTO. Oh, you silly game. What are you doing? Why are you lifting the back end up like that? Back up like that. Maybe if this did this last time, wouldn't let me detach. Okie dokie. Let's see if we can fix that. I think it's in the settings. I can turn it on and off. I forget where in the settings. Would it be quicker for me just to come out game and... Yeah, it's just quicker for me to come out of game and deactivate the mod. Yes. Career. Select. Where's manual attach gone? Where have you gone? There. You'll have to look at that and see what they've changed aspects to manual attach. I've got. Oh, that's another thing I've got to do as well. I've got to bring more music in because I'm beginning to notice that I'm beginning to hear more tracks over and over again, and it's like once you get to a point and think I know this track off by heart, it starts to get a bit like a bit samey. Well, at least it's running better now. Look, see, told you. Come in, come out, come in again. Works fine. Come in, come out, come in, come out, come in, come out, come out, come in, come out, come out, come in, come out. Yeah, I don't want to start the engine, thank you much. What I need to do is get out there. Shush. Come over here and grab the... For those people that's like, where's the emotion? I like the watching of you touching the PTOs and stuff. Sorry, but it's not working for some bizarre reason, so... That might be the reason why it wasn't working. It might have not actually had it selected, but... It shouldn't have made any difference whatsoever. I could be wrong. Come on, old girl. I know you're old. You're not as well loved as you used to be. You need updating. I've used and abused you for far too long. I went to go and connect that, but I realised I don't need to do that. I can just drive up to it, it should connect. Right, where do we need to go? What have we harvested and what have I harvested and what haven't I harvested? I know that one was done. I think this one over here needs to be done next. Say, I shall go that way. Shall I swing this round in the yard if I can? Actually, I'll go out this way. Of course, it's a bit fishbowl-y looking. I wonder what it's all about. I haven't changed any of the settings. I think it's just a bit fishbowl-y. Oh, come on, lag. Give up on this in a minute. It's a deer. Don't run the deer over. Driving like a loon. Seems FPS soon sorts itself out. There's this weird fishbowl. It might be just this combine. It wasn't so bad when I was driving the other thing. Also, I'm thinking about getting Forza Motorsport. Is that something people would be interested in me doing? Leave comments down below. I do actually have racing games. It says... Uh-oh. I tried them once before and people weren't particularly interested. Interested. Oh no! Of course, right. Where is... No, not that one. And of course that mod isn't working either. Just to really make things fun. Fine. I shall ram it with my other tractor, shall I? I'll try to pick it up. It used to be... I'm sure it was F12. Give up on this. No, come on. Oh, nuts this. Let me out the game. I hate this game. Right, fine. You are gonna go goodbye. Sorry, peeps. Bye, game. Thank you very much. Right, I'll go back to car mechanic then. There lays the rub of doing live streaming. That stuff you can just edit out all day long, but live streaming you can't edit out anything. It's all there in its naked glory. You mess things up. It's like, God, he's not professional at all. I don't even say he's got his degree from YouTube. He's got his degree from the rubbish bin. Excuse me. Right. This is what we restored, or what I restored. I recorded the restoration on it, both parts, but had no sound. Do you want to have a look at the price of it? Hold your breath. Because I think when I saw this and I found it, I said it was going to be worth more than it actually said it was going to be worth. When I go down here. That's how much that's worth. Now I'm gonna go and fiddle with it because I want to actually see how fast I can get this thing to go before I do anything else, before I sell it. Just because I'm curious now, and curiosity killed the Kev. So if we move it, no, come on. I want to move you. Move you to the dino path. I think this is the only place you can play the gearbox. Because I love playing gearboxes. It's so geary. We can put another gear in, that's for sure. But I want to make it not that long. I want to make the ratio around about there. If this blows your mind, don't worry. It sort of does my brain as well. I know what's going on, but I like to. I'm not professional in gear ratios. I know what they are, but I've never really been good at them. Try that. A lot of it is trial and error of gear ratios. Well, it is in my case anyway. Let us take it. Will you let me in? Yes, you will let me in. Let me start you. Let's take you to the test track. Let's take you here, shall we? Oh, she's twitchy. Whoa, she's real twitchy. Mind you, trying to drive with a gearbox. Well, trying to drive there. Drive with a gearbox, yeah. Drive with a keyboard. Yes. Needs to be taller. Needs to be much taller. Return to garage, please. Sorry, Pete. It's going to get a bit rinse and repeat. Bye.